Sterring, pictures and buttons, is Sterring, they're like Sterring.
Hey, I'm Kunta.
And I'm Peta.
Welcome to Black Sterring Radio, a podcast where we dissect TV shows, films, music, and culture
To ask how black women are represented and seen on screen. Because I want you to say all of that on it. Hi, we're back.
We're back, guys. Welcome back to Black Sterring Radio.
We have a guest again
We do
amongst
today.
us. One of our favorite TV reviewers on the internet. Please welcome back.
A legend, a TikTok
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
A maverick, honestly.
And today we've got
Thank
a thing
you.
to discuss. Like today,
We do. We have some
we
business.
are at court. We are at court.
We have some business.
We have some
There's no better person.
Oh my God.
You and
Yeah,
I want to
so
say
we
there's like a
needed
handful
to
of
bring
creators
in-
where after every episode I'd watch
Yes.
all of you guys' reason be like,
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Then Tulu felt okay. Then okay, we're all aligned. Okay, today we're going to be talking. Actually, first of all, welcome, Fox. Welcome
Thank
back.
you.
Hey, how
Thank
was
you
that? How are you
guys.
feeling?
Stunning.
I'm good,
Yes.
especially after such a hectic season of
Yeah.
Married at First Sight. I am, there's a lot to unpack, but I think for the most part,
tons.
Nikrent.
Yeah,
Supposed to
it's
say?
just
Yeah.
long as
Anyway.
Good job.
Okay, yeah, but the topic of discussion. Should we do content?
Should
of
we
the
do
week first?
content?
Okay, let's get into content.
Yeah,
of the
let's
week.
get into
Ooh.
content.
Must I start?
Yeah,
If you
go
have
ahead. No,
something.
please go ahead.
Okay. Okay, my content is, because I was surprised. It's a book.
Of course.
It is The Best Man, Unfinished Business.
Oh,
So Malcolm D. Lee, who wrote wrote and directed the Best
movie.
Man franchise,
Yeah.
the Merchants and Teddies and everybody.
The book is out.
He wrote a book continuing the story
Yeah.
where we left everyone. And I just finished it. But now I'm annoyed because I'm like, would like to see it on screen.
I told you though.
I know
think
you
we
did.
had this conversation. We are now gonna need to. Sorry, we are now gonna need to get it on screen because you can't write the sequel of.
yeah.
And technically it's like
Of a series
without
in the
it,
book,
yeah, true.
And technically,
And
because
then
I was
people are
like,
gonna
okay,
be
it's like
like,
a fourth. And I get why, because it's like, okay, you did The Best Man, and then Best Man Holidays, and then this series was final chapters, and now there's a book that's after. Yeah, so it's called Unfinished Business after the messy ass book that Harper wrote in the first movie. Which,
Yes.
by the way, if you're gonna write a book about your friends, why are you surprised that they know that you wrote a book about your
Yeah.
friends?
How do you even do
Why? Because I feel like the whole movie
How do
he
you
was like,
even do that?
Wow,
Made
do
it
you
way
guys
too
know?
obvious.
Yeah.
It was so on the anyway. Yeah,
Hectic.
the book was actually really juicy.
Of course, it was.
Yeah,
Unfinished
like all the same
Business.
characters were there. So now it's like Harper, who is Sana Nathan? The wife, she went to
Yes.
Ghana.
Oh yeah.
So we're like half in
she's
Ghana
done-
over
she's doing
there.
her chakra
Okay.
hunt
And
thing.
then Jordan, who's
Yeah.
Nia Long's character, is now in LA. And then
Okay.
Harper and everyone else is in New York.
Okay.
And then Harper and Jordan finally get together.
Oh.
So we now see
Oh, so there's
what
now a
that is like.
storyline.
So
for
now it's
that.
like, okay, they finally,
Yeah.
of all the movies of, will they, won't they?
Like,
Will they, won't they? They
can't
finally
put
get
that
it.
in
like
a book.
that though.
Why don't you
I
put
don't
that
like
in the
that.
book?
Just do this in a
That's the
Yeah.
That's plot point
We've
number
all
one.
waited for this for like.
And my thing is that leave it as a cliffhanger. We all saw like
True,
all
right,
of
right.
the exactly. So why are they linking up?
So
why?
now, and can I tell you, they make it make sense, but now what makes me annoyed again is that the book has a cliffhanger. I said,
Yeah, this guy's never. This
leave
is
it.
stop it. He's gonna.
yeah.
and it's a compelling cliffhanger. And now I'm like, oh, you
my
see, I'm annoyed because now
gosh.
are you going to write a sequel to a book or just make all of this a movie again?
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's my content.
But now they need to
I
change
was
the
very
name of the last
entertained.
one because now if it said final chapters, then where are we
Yeah,
going?
No,
because
this
it's
is
like you're going from final
unfinished
chapters to unfinished business.
This is then going to be unfinished business online.
I don't know.
Online.
It has to be, but I would sign a petition to see it because
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I was entertained. Also, he wrote, at first I was like, it's feeling, like, you know when it feels a bit clunky? Like in translating, I guess, the screenwriting, because he co-wrote it with an author. And like the on-screen to novel in the beginning, I was like,
I don't know if
I like this
I
writing style.
see.
But as it goes, you kind of get into it.
Okay.
He wrote the group scenes very well.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it gets better as it goes. But yeah, it was compelling. So now I'm annoyed again because I'm like, you're not gonna make
Give
this
us
a thing.
something.
Yeah, but that's my content.
That's fun. Like, I hope we get to see it online. I really do. Because I mean, I'd love to read the book. If the book is if the book is as like
Had the same tone.
Yeah, like paced as well, you know? But my content is just secondhand bookstores. Like I used to love secondhand bookstores as a babe.
And everybody.
But it's, you know, I mean, I like the one in Melville. There's one in Melville that's been there forever. And then there's one at Wits. That's my favorite one. And I know it's like inside Wits. Yeah. But I mean, there's second-hand books. I hate the ones in malls.
There's quite a...
What's that we didn't go on it? Can you just like walk in? And I know that's like hit and miss with varsities, but I'm like, do you need...
I lie.
Can you
not
just walk
say this online?
You can. Like, you just have to say your reason for visiting.
You just have to say why you're going.
Yeah, you just have to say
you can
why.
access the ground.
Because
you just have to say you're here for inquiries or whatever.
It's for like a thing.
I mean, you know,
like,
you can just, because it's a business, you know,
because the last time it was
departments.
like, okay, I'm here for graduation.
Yeah.
So I'm not randomly just here.
I feel like you can do that at any sort of institution, like.
But I also feel like the way the security set up.
Yeah,
most
no,
of
but
them,
security is
you
crazy
can't
because UCT is just a street you walk in.
You can just walk in.
And you're inside the library now.
There you are.
You know?
I do enjoy that.
I do enjoy it.
I think I
love
enjoy
it.
just libraries in general.
Oh, yes. Libraries. That's what it is.
That's what we're missing a lot of now.
Bookstores. They smell like a library. And the one in town now by Elof Street in Joburg.
Is that the big one?
Yeah, that's the one that
No,
just
just
opened.
recently
And it looks
opened
amazing.
again.
Yeah.
Everybody's so great.
It looks amazing.
I'm glad they fixed it, but also I'm just like, guys, you guys waited for this library to like be in shambles before you can fix it. Like
you didn't
that
have
was
to let
annoying.
it get that bad.
Exactly.
And it was closed for years and years and years.
Exactly. But I think that's becoming such a trend though across, okay, I can only really vouch for Joburg because we also have a library close to where I live. And the amount of neglect that is there, and I'm just like,
It's a Santon Library. I used to love Santon
Not
Library.
even. We've got one in, it's called the River Park Library. So I used to go there back in high school to just like study over the weekend. And then we also had like tutor programs that would use the facility obviously to do our whole thing.
All sorts of things.
Yeah, and now because we also use it as like a voting station, right, for our area.
Yes, they become voting stations.
Inside, I'm just like,
on some
I'm just like, what
am I
happened?
voting for?
Like, what happened? And I don't know, man. There's just nothing inviting about the place anymore, especially for like young kids. And it just like it bums me out because I'm just like, we had such a great time when it came to libraries. Like we would look forward to that.
Even a period in the library. Yeah, you have your little library and have hooked
all these like features that were actually getting you into the library. But now,
nerdy ass library monitors.
Exactly.
People who
With the whole
took their jobs a little too seriously.
So whoever,
do you know the Dewey Decimal System? They did take it.
but I need someone to actually write a thesis about this, just the correlation with regards to literacy and the absence of library.
Come on, I say
Because
they
there's a correlation.
Yes.
And now today with Amateur.
Yeah, and
You
now,
see?
interestingly enough, people are now back into analog activities.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to things, and now everyone's back to the libraries again.
People are campaigning to throw their phones away. Like people are really, they are actual activists on some do not buy the latest iPhone. Like let's do our best, guys.
I'm also like agreed because free can't go. But I'm like, all the phones are bad.
Yeah.
It's not just that. Or rather like they mine for everybody. Apple is just them in the headline.
Yeah.
So I'm like, buy a second-hand phone if you can.
Yeah, be like us.
Because really, also I want to say since the guy in the turtleneck died, since Steve Jobs shortened, innovation has been in the dumps.
The vision's not
It's not that
there.
great, eh?
Yeah.
You can't
They
be
haven't
telling me
updated the
13, 14,
innovation.
15, 16,
Because
and
what
what's
is the
really
difference
the
outside of the camera?
Hey.
What are
That
we doing?
price
I
point.
don't know. At
That price
I'm
point,
like,
guys, that price
guys,
point is
And
ridiculous.
I think it's like,
And you know, iPhone, you will pay to write a text, to send it away. Like, it is, everything
paying for
is
space.
like...
When did we get here?
When did
Also,
we get here?
You guys removed memory cards. I
did.
hate guys.
Remember, because they also removed BIS. That's when everything actually went.
BIS, we miss
because
you,
we were all
babe.
there like
Rest
check
in peace.
BBM. That's my other content. Liquid Deep is back. I forgot about that. Yes.
I saw their
Check
little
BBM and you will
promo.
see.
I was like,
Yes.
interesting.
I
Okay.
I love it for them.
Because when they split, it wasn't that great. Hey? It was a little hectic. Hey?
That wasn't great. So
Wow.
I'm like, oof, at least the gang's back.
Yeah,
Can
but
you
the
guys
music
don't
was
hate
always
each other?
great. Zion, I love him.
His
I love him.
voice is
Yeah, he really is. So simple. So simple.
content. You're up.
Oh, wow. It's been a hectic week, but I would say, okay, do concerts count?
Yes,
everything
So the
counts.
Travis Scott concert.
Okay.
I'm going to be talking about the concert like for the next couple of months.
Was it?
Okay,
And
was
it's
that
crazy
good?
because you know what's funny is that I kept thinking, I'm like, when was the last time I gagged over a concert to this extent? And I don't even think I was like this even with Global Citizen. And I mean, Beyonce.
Oh my gosh,
was
okay,
there.
Global Citizen
Hold on,
was
hold
so
on.
crazy,
Wait,
guys. Do you remember?
Wait. Hold on. Wait.
Yes, it's crime.
Don't
ensued.
No, and
Crime ensued.
also because I remember you're sitting that way with Q and we were all But the thing with Global
No ways,
Citizen
hey.
that reframes it is the crime. Afterwards.
Yeah,
For me,
true.
the crime scene of it.
It just took over.
Guys, I don't think I've seen that many people get robbed in front of me in the
That's crazy.
DJ Neves is directing traffic.
Yeah.
The cops, Sassel, there's a stampede. It was just giving danger
Beyonce
everywhere.
came.
Danger.
Beyonce came.
Yeah.
They left
Beyonce
on a helicopter.
Beyonce
and
came.
Oops.
She was
And the
like-
rest of us fighting for our lives. So that experience always
Okay,
makes me
fair
forget
enough.
how nice it was.
Fair enough. But I think the atmosphere, I actually can't really pinpoint why I
And it was at
preferred
Nazareth, ne?
yeah,
FNB.
FNB Stadium.
Okay.
At
And-
least because whatever they did for Thames,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Daylight robbery, that one.
It was inside.
They
somewhere,
put
wasn't
tent in a
it?
parking
But it
lot.
was the most amazing experience.
wow.
I think
I love
as much as people were complaining, I mean, like any other event, like there's
Yeah.
always going to be those things that you
Never
pick up on.
perfect, is it?
I think the biggest thing here was something that nobody could ever control, which was the weather, right?
Yeah.
I think the weather was something that nobody expected to literally hit on that day.
Came on that day.
Exactly. Now, my only quarrel was just like, okay, guys, at least have like a young MC or announcer to say, guys, we'll resume.
What do you mean?
So they didn't have that.
What do you mean?
They didn't have that. Yeah. Okay, so while I got there, I think when the second DJ
Nobody here to
was
say hi.
basically about to play, right?
Say hi.
So Travis had two DJs, right?
Okay.
So the first one apparently was great, playing hip hop, makes sense.
Who opened for him also? Or did anybody open? Or was it just like...
So I think, I don't know whether this was facilitated by his management, but it definitely was not any of the locals, not that I know
It was
of.
just him. Then.
Yes. So now the two DJs, and it makes sense, and I'll tell you why. Because with the second DJ, the moment we stepped into the stadium, he was playing a lot of Amapiano and Afro beats. I'm like, this is giving a
confused.
non-South African DJ.
Oh, trying to
because if you
do-
did, you would have
yes.
also
Wouldn't do
understood
that.
that this is not that audience,
Yeah.
right?
We here for
so
hip
that's
hop.
where exactly. So that's where the difference was between that DJ and then apparently the first one, because the first one was playing hip hop. So I still don't know who that person is, but apparently they set the tone. Everything was nice until the second one came in, and then of course we had to wait like I think for about like an hour, which people got restless, guys. It's raining.
I mean, I don't like to wait for an hour.
So
Okay. And I'm only saying because why do we forget concert etiquette? The main act always comes on late. Very, very
true.
late. Half past
Hey,
8,
that's
9.
true.
True.
That's
That's
when
true.
we're seeing the...
So you see,
Push it, hey.
okay. So now I'm just. This is where the announcement thing came up, right? Because the communication said he'll be on stage at 8:30.
And people are always
It's
like,
raining.
If you say that, don't piss me off.
True.
Like, don't come on.
But however, because it was raining, I'm expecting
Okay,
an announcement,
yeah.
someone backstage to be like,
Delays,
I mean,
okay.
because the speakers were out there, so surely they were working.
Yeah.
But just to say, guys, we'll resume the moment
Yeah.
the rain stops. Then we
Yay.
know that,
Yes,
okay,
that,
cool,
okay,
we'll
we'll
wait
wait
it out
It's-
and what.
No, but it's so crazy that there was no MC or
yeah.
anything.
And it was
So you
very
just
awkward because it was
waited.
silence.
After
They played like crickets. They played like this cricket sound. It was quiet. And then literally after an hour, because I even said to my friend, I was like,
An
listen.
hour?
In Dimdala, Sanane.
From the other DJ to-
Yes. Yes.
Like, and then
That's
crickets.
also how
and
long
then
it takes. Yeah.
That's
yeah,
what
it was
will piss me
crickets.
off. If it's quiet.
Is it an artsy fartsy thing? Is it a Travis Scott? Because I know he's like, what?
So he's very
bad, honey.
True. So the
Okay,
thing
sure.
is, I think I had to also kind of take a step back. I was like, okay, cool. I see all of
is a
these
whole
grievances,
thing.
And I'm
right?
like, was there a mosh pit?
Actually, there was, but people created one, or for themselves on the floor.
okay.
So that was nice.
Okay.
But to be quite honest, the overall concert, babes, 10 out of 10.
Oh, wow.
10
When he
out
got
of
on
10.
finally, when he finally got on stage.
And the thing is, it's so easy for a lot of these, concert like hype to essentially die down very quickly.
Yeah.
But with his, every single video that is shared, I am literally here. I'm just like,
I'm like, nice.
I'm just like, oh, this is a different angle. This was amazing.
I wanna
and
see.
it's beautiful.
What a great weekend for hip hop. Because
I know.
watched even the new
I
Fiasco,
know.
like,
Fiasco, guys.
I know.
well done.
Yeah.
hip hop.
Nice.
I love
And
it
I
for
think
us.
like was in such a weird place because Amapiano was obviously like taking over.
Yeah.
But it's like
But not at Back to the City, never.
never at Back
I
to
would
the City.
Yeah.
But like
never. That would be sacrilege.
there's still an audience for hip hop, which is really
Yeah.
But you know what happens is that
We're
at
still here.
everywhere you go, there will be a Mapiano DJ or a Mapiano stage.
Yes.
because
money.
now that's
I don't know.
So that's what
It's
happened.
crowd pulling.
So
Crowd
another spanner in the works is actually what happened, because you remember, it was a Castlelight
Castlelight.
Unlocks,
Yeah.
event
Okay.
experience.
which
So
I
it
haven't
was
been to one of
Castle.
them. Yeah, because
Yeah.
they usually
But now it was done differently, because in the past, the ones that I've ever attended, you obviously have your opening acts, which are mostly like South African
same.
acts.
And it's South African
And
hip hop
hip hop acts.
Yes.
Oh no, honey, this time around, they were like, that is an exclusive experience. So this is where I think there was a whole lot of like drama. So, and I only found this out, I think it was days before the concert. So it turns out, FNB, they've got that new dome. I think that's where Tim
FNB
performed,
Stadium.
right?
Wow.
Yeah.
They cannot call that a dome because they threw up a tent and called it a day.
So they created that basically, and they used that as the Castlelight experience, like area or whatever. So that took place from like 2, I think it was around like 2,
but why was that VIP
2 p.m.
tickets?
until like, I think around 4 or something.
Okay,
Can't remember.
okay.
But
Like a
they
little
were
activation.
South African acts, because they did a whole series, like a whole promo. There was obviously Questa, there was Abo Focalistic, and
I see.
Young
Vele,
Stunner.
Abonege.
And so people were like,
Why aren't they
wait.
on the main stage?
But wait, why are there people in the Amapiano space, right, who are now part of that experience when in fact it's a hip hop concert?
What is happening?
What's going on? So people picked up on that, and I think what I started seeing was from the reviews that I was watching, people were adamant. They were like, "Castlelight, do not do that again." And I completely agree. Love them
Yeah,
to bits.
I
think
agree.
they've given us the best times of our lives.
Really,
Yeah,
truly,
they really
truly,
have.
truly.
But I just
We've
feel
unlocked
like
several times.
Yeah, we really
exactly.
have.
But I also just feel like that was a wrong move, and I need them to just rectify that with the next act. Please bring Cardi B, by the way, after she's given birth.
Oh,
So
yes.
Yes,
but please
absolutely.
bring
Because they
also more females.
Yes, bring Megan Thee Stallion too. One thing
Oh my
did
God,
not
the stallion
make
will.
it be
Yeah,
fun.
no,
That would be really
absolutely.
fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Who I was bored by. Oh, Nicki Minaj was not great. It was kind of. I've asked disappointed. They were all like, okay.
And I mean, Nikki can
It was
perform.
at the dome,
hey.
like way back, but she gave.
And she was at her peak at that time.
She
wasn't
was.
It's not like where she is.
She didn't come because you know
Like these
sometimes they'll
days.
give us the washed up.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, because I'm also.
Act.
Yeah.
But no, she was in her peak, but she gave not much, eh?
Ish.
So at some point she was lying on stage with ballads, I think, and we were all like, "Okay, that's a choice. Cool."
I mean, she's crazy though. Maybe that's when it was really
Blood is
starting
going
to
on there.
unravel.
Yeah, that's going to take like a 2-hour episode
Yeah.
of us unpacking
because that
that.
can be a full
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
Okay. But now that we've done God's, and I have so much to say about God's, but I'm like, wrap it up. Okay. Today, we're getting into Married at
Married at First Sight. Yes, South Africa.
South Africa. Yes, because
Right?
this was adapted from the UK.
Yeah. It's one of those. It's reality.
For me, I also find that interesting because I always forget how many things we adapt from the UK.
Yeah.
From Weakest Link to Friends Like These, I'm always like, oh,
Yeah.
this is,
Right?
Yeah.
A lot of templates.
Season 2 just ended.
Season 2,
and
guys. Wow.
Let's do like initial thoughts. Because I was at a loss.
What a journey.
What's the journey?
Yeah.
What a journey.
And the thing is, every single episode, there was just a bomb.
There wasn't a single
what?
Like a literal,
I'm like, come on,
a little
guys.
like mess, you know. But here we have 4 South African straight couples, right?
Yeah.
Black people, and they meet at the altar, and you know, from there on, you get about a couple more weeks to figure this out. Like you don't necessarily get married at that point.
Yeah.
But you do.
It's like you do, but you don't.
Yeah, you do, but you don't.
Yeah.
But you obviously haven't done the cultural.
Yeah. Woohoo, let's not.
No, that was also another
movie.
issue. Yeah.
So you don't do that stuff.
You just don't
But you
do that.
But you do get married, and then it's like the 3-month thing.
Yeah,
And
to then
obviously
be a
we
married
see the
couple.
conventionals about the type that they want to marry.
And you put in a list. You put
what
in a
they
list.
want.
Yeah.
And what's interesting. Okay, can we actually rewind and talk about the experts and how they choose the people? Because
Okay.
season 1 and season 2, I said, oh, yeah.
I was like,
At least season 1, there was a bit of hope.
season 1. You know what? I actually started.
Okay.
I was
Yeah.
like, season 1
I think all of us were even surprised
more.
at how certain people ended up lasting, right? Because I think there were 2 couples that lasted from last season. Or actually, no, 3.
yeah?
And then one of them then
Yes.
broke up.
Yeah. Everybody knew Toby.
Yeah, no, that was never going to work out.
no,
that was never going to work out.
Yeah.
She was fighting for her life.
Yeah.
I want to say she
was.
cried every single
yeah, she was.
every time.
And that man is still spiraling.
And that
Till
man
today.
is-
Till
Are
today.
because this whole Dubai thing.
no.
I don't know.
I mean,
about
that's
also
what he
him making a
said.
song about her. I'm like, you hate her. What is this? You hate her.
Yo.
Yeah.
So it's not.
Yeah. So now imagine going from that to like something 10 times worse, because that's what season 2
But do you know what I found interesting though? The age demo. This time we're in our
was older.
30s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it
Yeah.
older?
Everybody was
Yeah,
older,
the young
right?
guy in the
Okay,
first
okay.
season.
By the way, the bangers, they just had a baby.
And didn't they get married or engaged or something like that? Yeah.
They just had a baby in August or whatever.
That surprised me.
Crazy. I'm surprised.
Okay.
I'm surprised. Yeah.
Oh wow.
But like,
Hectic.
yeah, no, I really
Because weren't they the so I
very
mean,
chaotic.
Yeah, the chaotic laba.
always drinking a savannah. Always,
Yeah.
a savannah.
Yeah, they fell pregnant. They did. They did.
So they
okay.
she just had a baby.
Okay.
They just had a baby.
Yeah.
Still together.
Still
Which I was like,
together.
oh.
None of these ones are together, hey?
So,
well,
Yes.
Portia
and-
of course. Let's
And
start with
Nelisa.
Nelisa.
Love a girl.
Let's start with
Yes.
Nelisa
Okay.
Yes.
and
Love a girl.
and Temba.
Temba.
Temba. Yes.
Okay, right. Utemba. Hashtag
Utemba,
justice
Utemba.
for Usponono.
next.
Usponono, guys.
Angimthembi uThemba because
Nam.
Usponono. That was weird.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
weird.
that whole
Very
thing
weird
was
for me.
The whole,
strange.
you know, the
No.
fact
That's
that
strange.
he was
Rubbed it the wrong way.
chatting to, you know, letting her know. Like, it's just like this thing where, and I mean, like, Married at First Sight is such a a real eye into like dating.
Yeah.
and how,
100%.
Yeah.
Like Mjolo, that's like that's the vortex. Like, you know, and oof. So this guy is overlapping. He's just overlapping his baby mama with his new boo. I mean, which is very, very normal. People do that, I guess, you know. They just cheat.
But
you
then,
know?
oh my gosh,
And-
I'm thinking of when she went to the producer.
Yes.
And
it
then
was just a
she
surprise.
came in like they paid for Lobola. No, we didn't. And I was like, oh.
And she was also
Yeah.
like, but we hadn't figured it out. But it's like,
Yeah.
Because that also
But-
means that he wasn't clear.
yeah.
And
You know
that
what
was
I
my
mean?
truth.
You know
It's
what I
like,
mean?
There were
if
no
somebody-
You know what I
boundaries.
mean?
Thinks to that point that they can walk
To
into a
that
house
point.
whenever they want, and they're like, oh, we're going on family trips, and his whole thing was like, no, but we didn't sleep together on these family trips. So
Yeah.
But you slept in the same bed.
okay, but you slept in the same bed, and that is,
dude,
you're leading her on a little bit.
Yes.
you're leading her on a lot.
That's what it is.
What do you mean? And I was like, what do you mean, dude?
Because that's not
the
normal.
text and
No,
the
that's not
screenshots,
normal.
the text and the screenshots gave
that
it
was not
all
normal.
away.
I love them because the moment they were like, no, but she's threatening me. I was like, but where are the receipts?
Yeah.
Namaji, we're
Mama,
still
like,
waiting. I'm just like you like, and I think what I disliked about this whole dynamic is that he made her seem so crazy in the beginning.
So
'Cause
typical, so typical.
Remember the moment when apparently production was contacted and so forth, but production didn't do anything in the beginning.
Yeah,
right?
it's not the
They
first
just
time.
rushed
It's not the
and
first time.
It was a whole thing.
And now they want to act
exactly.
like
Now they want to act like, oh, actually,
we didn't know the criteria was.
Yeah, I had to side with her because I'm like, justice for my girl.
Yeah.
She was
for my
wrong.
and
She's also just as naive. And that's when I figured, I'm like, Timba really goes for the naive and the delusional.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah,
Because
you think she was naive?
Like,
yeah. Oh my god.
Come on. Come on,
Just
guys.
very much, I love him. It's my man, and I'm a stick beside him. That was a whole thing.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
to the point where I
Very
was like,
Tyler
babe,
Perry-esque.
do you not want to like look at this?
Yeah.
And you're asking his mom. You're asking his mom.
Yeah.
If
worst
anything's
person
alright.
could
The worst, yeah.
You don't want to sense check with anybody else.
She's got
No.
the story down.
No.
She's got the story down.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? She's got the story down.
However, the sisters, I picked up because the sisters said something very odd. And I remember talking
they
about it.
visited.
Yes.
Okay.
And the sisters were, I don't know whether they asked something around, do you actually trust them or whatever the case is.
Wow.
And so there was that big question or big question mark as to what is it that they're alluding to.
Yes.
And I feel like this was
That was
exactly
probably
that.
what they were trying to say without saying.
And now it goes back to, did they indeed have that family meeting? I don't think so. You'll find Utemba probably complained about Sponono to the family and was just like, I'm so tired of
And
this
for
stuff.
him, he
And
was
didn't
like,
even bother doing
that's
anything
enough.
else beyond
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, what does she have to lose in this entire situation?
Yeah.
She just wants to bring to light what's been
like,
happening.
hello.
Even though I did question her though a bit, because I was like, how do you let your man also come onto a show to promote himself?
like,
and
to
Temba's
work.
also dead wrong because why are you now using the show to promote your DJ career? My thing is, the show
Why
is
do
for people
do
who
that?
really want to find love.
Yeah.
And then you're now here wasting people's time. And
Said, I
it's
also
like
want to.
these reality shows,
Find
why do
love
people
and I
do
wanna
that?
book clients. Because
do
also
people
there was
do
the
that?
chat
It's
around
ridiculous.
Makoto
Yes.
and are
And
you
yes.
here to
Oh,
further
because-
your
yes.
acting career?
Yes.
Because
I mean, and Bongani as well. Apparently, he's
With
got
his
a book.
yeah, with the book,
You know, it's not the
so
first
this season
time
it was
we're
very
like, okay.
It's very
everybody has
promotional.
a
Guys are
side hustle. Yeah, in a
wanting
nip,
some sort of
and I was like,
celebrity.
yeah.
Ooh, Makoto and
Makoto
Gululeko.
and Pastor Breezy. The fighting, the
Like
shouting.
things went
the
down
back
from
the
day
first
one.
night.
Yes.
From the first night.
Yes.
From one day,
And for
day
me,
one.
the Bible passion you did
Yeah,
from
no,
the
he
first
was
night, I was
hectic,
like,
eh?
this is
Yeah.
very intense.
I was
Yeah.
like, at some point, I was
That's
like,
so
oh,
intense.
shame, man. Like,
I felt sorry for Makoto.
Yeah, I was like,
in the beginning,
yeah,
I was
no,
just
in
like,
the beginning, I was like, yo, this
like, this man is doing too much.
yeah,
Like,
he's like,
why?
sacrifice. Why do we even have to say that word right now? Why?
I feel like it got so inflammatory so quickly.
Like,
And I was
Yes.
what do you mean? And then the switcheroo, and I want to say, the way that she would speak to him.
Yo,
and I
guys.
get how he is because, like, I feel like
Yeah.
I've engaged with men who do that, and it is
what
like,
is it like? What is
because
that?
like,
Is it like
he uses manipulative language,
Yes.
Yeah, he's
and then he
Yes.
also uses scripture,
yeah.
Yes.
also,
Yeah.
so that you can't really rebut, because what are you gonna rebut with Jesus? Like, but so it's always like, you know what you're doing. Don't do this. Don't
Yeah.
do this. But
And she constantly
there's
said
a way
that.
where he was like a little bit manipulative in how
Yeah.
he talked to her.
Yeah.
So I do get why she was like, he's gaslighting me, and now everyone's just seeing me react.
Yeah, oof, because the reactions are crazy.
Oh,
hey.
the reactions.
Like she would react immediately.
No, she
Immediately.
it was a lot. Because I even remember to a point where I even thought maybe it's the editing, like we're not understanding what's going on.
Isn't the editors
Explain
that are
that,
villains?
hey.
I was like,
I want to say so, No, because also I'm like, wait, there was I think it was one of the later episodes where literally I think he was dishing up for her or something like that. The way eating was very peaceful, very quiet until it wasn't. Now all of a sudden, we hear when they've now obviously met as a group or with the experts that no, it was explosive. I was like, wait, when did this happen, guys?
So they're editing the season, you're right, because there were things that would happen, tonal
off
changes,
camera.
and then they'd be like, no, it happened off camera. You guys didn't see off camera. Hi, bro, okay.
Yeah.
What must we do?
A lot of
that?
off camera. A lot of off
A
camera.
lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Which was a bit like jarring as an audience to watch, because then you're like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what exactly do we make of this?
Yeah.
Because honestly, with the two of them, I was like, do they like each other? Do they don't?
Or not?
Does she hate his guts? Does she not? Like,
And then there was the sex issue, the sexual, the erectiles. I was like, was that it? Because
So,
I was like,
that was so
God, it was
unnecessary
just,
and I feel like
it just
she
was so
went on about it for too long, because erectile dysfunction is a thing.
Is that
That's
what it was?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the PC way of saying he couldn't get along, but
yes, that was.
I think like, and I don't know whether to call it slut shaming, but there was a way that she kept going on and on about it, where I was like,
and there was some homophobia in there at the end as well, where she was like,
and I'm just like, and so what?
And so what?
If
those are the things,
that,
guys.
like, what's wrong with that?
yeah.
Why do you have to make it a point?
Yeah, why do you have to demonize it?
Like,
Because
I was just like, come on.
Even unprovoked, it would be like, yeah, no, but this, and I'd be like, yo,
and it's giving like this toxic girlfriend who will tell you you're so broke, tell you ain't shit.
Because that's exactly what she did.
Like,
at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Because that then turned into something crazy. On some, well, you wanted money for nails. And Shama put even threw receipts in there on some, this is the money I gave her. And she...
I have to say, those were ugly ass nails. The ones with this. I'm like, they could have done the nail art better.
But what I couldn't understand was that why are you attacking? Because she obviously retaliated.
She did.
And I'm just like, my thing is that the fact that you asked and he gave you what you were asking for, and now you want to shame him for the value of how much he gave you. And I'm like, okay, but where's yours?
Yeah.
Where's yours?
Yeah, where's your stuff?
And then she had like a weird mild character redemption where she was like, I realized hurt people. And I've been holding things in since her mom died and the family stuff with her dad. And I was like, okay, at least you seem like you're having a breakthrough.
Yeah.
Seemed like
and I mean, I get it. I mean, you can just like be grieving and not realizing that you're just such a mess with the show.
And I was like, okay, shame. At least she seems like she's at least sucking that, okay, I could have not.
Yeah.
Because I think that's after they had the dinner where...
With the family.
With the car. It was after the family. And then even the guys were saying like, hey, the way that she talks to him sometimes. This is a lot. This is not nice.
And I mean, she would, I mean, without like... harping on about her, because I think the issue, her defending her, like there is that part of being a black woman on TV, just like shouting and trying to be heard and being made to look like you're just angry. There was that like the angry black woman.
They did, they did play that, and it made it feel worse because he then was very opposite.
Yeah, like
even the colorism of it, like this light skin guy, and he'd always be like, "No, but I'm soft spoken though, but I'm whatever."
Yeah. But he was.
Don't do that.
There was a point actually. Now that you're bringing up that whole angry black woman and so forth, there was I don't know if you guys recall when she called out. I think it was Portia. When she mentioned that Portia said the things
were not
that she said about Bongani, right?
Yes, right.
Remember?
But I thought that was hectic, eh?
Yes, that was hectic.
Right on the table.
However, hear me out. However, my thing was, okay, I think a lot of us had an issue with Makoto because of her delivery.
Yes.
But everything she said
was true.
Was true. And so the problem is people didn't want to hear her out because she had already created this image of herself that we're not going to listen to you because when I'm you know?
True.
And so that's why a lot of people felt like, oh, you're doing too much, you're doing this. I'm just like, it was just the wrong messenger. Personally. Because I feel like
she's not wrong because Portia also got away with calling that man an ago and being. She was so rude. It was
in the beginning.
It was
in
too
the
much.
beginning, she was bad.
That was too much.
She was bad.
There's no way you can go on and on talking about
at
somebody
all.
like this. Like this is
At
not
all.
okay.
At all. And I get that. Yes, at some point you get used to the person you're paired up with, but there's a way to navigate that, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna now attack the person's appearance constantly.
Zero decency. There was zero decency.
And I mean, I feel like they forget because I will always. This is reality TV, right?
Yeah.
And there are producers and script writers, right?
Yeah.
They who form and have an idea of what they want to see. Like if you're not realizing you are consistently being filmed, babe. Like that's another thing where I'm like, but now, that's a flaw. You know, that's like. You cannot tell me at the end, I didn't realize I said it that much. Like, they caught you on camera saying it billions of times, having conversations about it with everyone.
Everybody who everybody who was
well aware.
And for me, why I think her saying that is scammy, she would even say it in her confessionals.
Yes.
Everywhere she said
yes.
She even went to the experts.
Yes, to say she's ugly.
She was like, no, I want to understand this matching process. And like, how superficial is it, bruh?
You're gonna get Idris Elba as a South African man.
Sana, but my thing is, you forfeited all of that, your choice, right?
Yeah.
Because yes, as much as we can also blame the experts, they didn't pay you with the right person. However, my thing is, the moment you signed up to be on the show, you need to write it out. Unless if that person that you're paired with is being disrespectful to you, then you have every right to call that person out. But I just feel like she had never really given him grace. And the fact that it took him basically either giving her stuff or being there because her father passed on. And which I understand, you know, your person must be there for you. But I think for me, I was just like, actually, no, I don't think you're going to change, is the moment she even involved his family on some, those family things. I get she's in
the beginning she was bad.
That's super weird.
I'm like, what?
Like, so
that's
then was
very weird.
Like,
so now my thing is, my family can't. No, she is. And the fact that now you went to the family to get to know your partner a lot better. The sisters are telling you the kind of person that he is, and they were even saying, they're like, oh, we hope he gave you his card, and whatever the case is, because they know the brother is generous.
And then she softened up. She said, ooh, a car. I'm like, I don't like that.
I was so stressed.
I mean, she completely body shamed him. Hey, completely.
She did body shame him. And the thing is, like, he's not ugly.
No.
He's not, dude.
No.
Genuinely.
Like, he's genuinely. And that's the thing, though, with dating, is it, right? Like, there was that potential that almost reached itself, like, with her. Because they dated. Like, he showed up. He you know, even the experts were like, listen, it's not all about looks, right? Like when you're dating somebody, there is that values, the family values, there is, you know, whether you enjoy the same things, like they even had a chemistry, you know. She actually fell for him. And then at the end he was like, I'm sure, but also,
I feel like there was almost like and I don't know whether this was influenced from the experts, but by the recommitment ceremony, there was a very weird switch, because if you remember when they were both together, he wasn't sure, she also wasn't really too sure, and then the moment they got in there, now it's like
sat down.
We'll be together. I'm like,
everybody wants to be together.
Guys.
I'm like,
what happened?
Once again, this season I said, one episode I skipped. What is going on?
No, that threw me off completely. I was just like,
they told one another's ndabas in there, in the. Oh, and that recommitment ceremony. I wonder who's the last couple here.
The Mias.
Tsepo and Balisa.
Guys, that was a horror story. That was a thriller.
first we had the reality TV show crossover from her friend being Kateko from Ultimatum.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, he knows what an abusive situation is like. Because him and that
he was through
wow.
it.
Oh.
Yeah.
And he was like, it really was a horror movie.
I don't know. I don't know. So it was the polygamy conversation that.
Yeah, it started there.
Yeah, for me, I was like, oh no.
And it was crazy because he says in the end that I was asking her because she got a reminder on her phone to watch Uthando Nestembu.
Yes.
That's what it was.
Yes.
And then it turned into and women are always like, if he's going to talk about polygamy, ding, 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 ding.
No, I'm sorry.
Which I don't like because so my chat, and I've had endless arguments about the polygamy chat, right?
Yeah,
my thing is the context of the show.
Yes.
You are married to someone. Yes. There's no mention of polygamy. The show is not about polygamy. It's not
it's
yes. Now, when you talk about polygamy, context does matter. Granted, there was an alarm set or whatever the case is, but it's not a conversation or rather a topic that you just bring up with someone you just got married to.
That is what I didn't like.
It's off. And my friend was literally arguing with me about this. I'm like, friend, it is not a topic that you bring up 24 hours
after you just got married to a stranger also.
Come on.
And for me, the little smirky smirk thing he did, even when he asked, I said,
yes,
brother.
Because
why are you asking like that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
He was very...
And it turns out he was in some sort of relationship.
I hate to say that I was right, even when I was saying, something is getting the order. But that man knew what he was doing. He came onto the show to meet someone else because also, I think even seeing how the reunion obviously unpacked with the I don't know, I think she's still the current girlfriend, and how she was describing.
She came on. She did. She came on to the reunion.
And how she described how she was being courted. I'm like, this is the same thing that we just watched. Why are you, okay, Sharp, you want a baby, but like, are you really going to use that as a selling point for every single woman out there? But also, why are you, the moment you guys argue endlini with Upales and now you're rushing off and then you're going to go sleep over?
That's what you do.
I
cannot believe how absolutely predictable and cliche some people are. Like you literally are the cheating.
Yeah. Even how she said he was like financially abusive and stuff, and I was like, that tracks.
Yeah.
It just, he wasn't, no, man.
So even that subject, I think, and it was very sensitive
and
because
transactional.
So a lot of people. So I think there was debate over whether what Teppo was doing was considered financial abuse. Because on the one hand,
what was it?
So basically, I think so I think it started when Upalesa had basically reported to Bongani, or rather confided in Bongani to say, listen, this guy, whenever we get into an argument, he would basically like withdraw certain perks that he had agreed he would give to her, right?
It's like, I'm
snatching because we just had an argument, which to me, by definition, is financial abuse. Because if you guys had already agreed in the beginning that, okay, babe, I'm going to give you my card, I'm going to borrow you my car, the car as well.
So you would take the car.
So that was on you. You allowed for that to happen, right? Now, the moment you withdraw, you now say, oh no, but I was just placing boundaries. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. You knew she probably needed a car because she needed to get to certain points or whatever the case is because of whatever arrangement, right? And he used that because he knew that she would be very vulnerable without them. And then it goes into the conversation around, okay, but why couldn't she then have used her own money, her own car, or whatever the case is? But I'm like, guys, we're not privy to certain information clearly because we weren't too sure what the agreement was when it came to money. Production gives them money, right, for groceries and certain things, but I know for anything outside of whatever they're given, it has to come out of their pocket because some of them still continue going to work and so on. So at the same time, I was like, I also don't want to judge, but I also just feel like you guys are just making excuses for this guy. Because he's in Dozake, but it was an agreement. And based off of that, and because of the dynamic, guys, that is financial abuse.
And for me, even in small ways, like I think she had asked him to get stuff for dinner. And
and he would like dilly-dally.
And then literally like, at
like, why don't
nighttime
you
when
get
it was
it?
late, he was like, no, but like you.
And then that
it's like,
changed.
Yeah.
But you said you were gonna get it.
Sis,
Why?
sis, I cannot stand stingy.
Guys.
I'm
Like, and it's that.
I
It
don't
is
like
that. It
this.
is that. Like that abuse of that financial power.
It is. It is. It is.
You know, like, you know.
I get to
Weird.
decide
Yeah.
what happens
You know?
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was weird. And even like the whole thing of like, oh, I don't like this. I'm sleeping at my house, or like I'm
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were
they
romantic
fight
from-
around.
from
Nobody's sleeping at home. Everyone's fighting. He's packing his things. He's leaving. He's coming back. He's banging
They're
on the door.
But even the way the banging on the
said,
door video.
Red flags.
There's a line. I don't know.
Yeah. And
And
people
his
and
thing was
people
like,
were
oh,
just
she's
like,
sleeping.
no,
I'm like,
hi, she should have just opened. I'm like, guys, I
wouldn't
come from a household where my grandparents, so my grandparents had an agreement between each other
Yeah.
where if my grandfather came home after 8,
Yeah.
he needs to make a plan.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my thing is that my grandfather would literally come to us and come
Yeah.
sleep over by my mom's house
Wow.
because my grand was just like, no, I'm setting a boundary because also understand we're not as young as we used to be.
Yeah.
And also because we're not out together, I worry because now you're out here gallivanting and anything can happen.
Yeah.
So because of that boundary, and we knew even as kids, Uguti, that boundary was always placed, right? And she made sure Uguti uyayipusha leyo ndaba kanjalo. And I think it was the case
it's
here
agreement.
because you can't
Consent.
say during the day, okay, babe, please get us groceries, whatever.
You agree.
Halfway through the day, you agree, and then all of a sudden that changes. Now you're
I
sending me
cannot
videos of
stand
an office party.
flakiness. Like,
At an office party, and then you're gonna come knocking at like 2 a.m. Guys,
for me,
and you
no.
said
it
a
wasn't
video
even a knock,
about
it
me.
was a bang.
Yeah. And he was
I was like,
Yes.
like,
Yes.
okay, but can we also talk about the alcohol? Because it was interesting even how Nelisa was told, you be drinking.
okay, I had
yeah.
an issue with that. I was like,
yeah.
You be drinking too much.
Yeah.
Because there's constantly
interesting,
conversations
though,
around
like,
alcohol
yeah.
that I was like,
it's
Yeah.
interesting. These men having this like dad complex over women.
Yes.
yeah.
Like even with
Yes.
could tell a little
Kululego
bit.
just saying I'm gonna teach you how to
Yes.
be a wife. Excuse me very much. Eh?
But you never been
there
married
was a way
before.
Excuse
that
me
he
very
would
much.
talk that would make me
Yeah.
so irritated.
So the alcohol thing with
Yeah,
Nelisa
like-
was, and she was also just like something about Nelisa which I wanna just like sit on, like her. I love her
Was it
her
the whole doe-eyed
naivete. Yeah,
innocence
I
thing?
really did because it was just so innocent, and I love that energy.
Yeah.
But there were moments in that moment where she was being told, and she would stop. She would be like,
Yeah.
I mean, listen. In the end, she disappointed me, right? She really did. She really did. But there were moments where I was like, oh, okay, this is a grown woman.
Yeah.
And she's got, you know,
Yeah.
she's even got a
Because
son. You
the
know,
way she
like,
addressed
you know, yes,
that
she was like,
with the
hey,
alcohol, she was like, okay,
I don't know
you
if
can't just be
that's
saying
like,
that.
you know.
Yeah.
Because he was basically saying you're a drunkard. And every day,
and she was just having.
and she was like, hold on though. Like, hold
Can I
on.
enjoy some
I'm literally
alcohol?
having like 2 glasses
Can I
of
just
wine.
enjoy some alcohol?
Yeah.
And I feel like you
bruh.
would joke about
Yeah.
it constantly and be like, oh, but you had a drink and you fell asleep.
Yeah.
You had a drink. And I was like,
Badala, guys.
this is, I don't know,
Which is why I
man.
feel like Utemba wants your
Tricky.
like, okay, what we would describe as Ufam Julia, that's the kind of
Yeah,
woman that
that's
Temba
what she
wants.
is.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what she is.
And that's
right?
what she is
Yeah.
because you
Yeah,
can
for the
tell
most part,
Uguti,
yes.
she's very
She's like,
grounded
don't
in where
perfect.
she comes
Yes.
from
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah,
And she really does play that whole image of being the ideal wife
Yeah,
very
she
well.
really does. Hey,
But I also feel like Temba is so unrealistic because I'm just like, guys, in today's society. Firstly, the fact that you came onto a reality show looking for love, whatever the kids, should already tell you that the people who are going to be on the show are not your
Are not
average
your
Joes
average,
out
right?
there. Like, there's always going to be something,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And now you trying to police this individual who is a mom. She's been engaged or I guess lobolite in the past. And you think you can just say,
life. She's got a whole.
oh,
load,
you're
dude.
doing.
She's 40.
Yeah, I
You
don't know.
And that's what was highlighted. Like these dating games, this dating culture where you're like, so a grown woman, even her, Unelisa, she would literally, and I think it's the part of the naivete, like it's very strategic.
Yeah.
Like it's like, I'm just going to submit myself, and that's part of the role that she was. And there was a point where she was advising the girls. That's why she wasn't a favorite, where she was like, Anna, you can't sleep outside.
Yeah, and she did it like, I'm so annoyed.
Big on the biggest chat.
Yes, and for me it was very interesting, the framing it, like how she positioned herself as the good wife, the Yebo Baba. Like even when she was ironing and she's like, oh baby, you didn't even tell me which one you're gonna wear, so I'll just end them both. It's fine.
Oh, no, it's giving...
And like they made it a whole thing, and I was like, okay, here we go.
On Love and Basketball. Is it? Yeah, Love and Basketball. When the mom was basically, I think the dad had just started a job, and then she decided to iron for him. He was starting this new job and whatever. And then, and she hoped he would pick the one shirt. And then...
and he picked the other, and she was like, okay, so I just iron it. And like even the daughters were like, stand up, what's wrong with you?
So that was exactly right.
Yeah.
This is your iron.
Yeah.
No, but and she was really like, oh,
I guess
it's fine.
No.
Yeah, and it's almost like reality shows can really feel like a sociology.
An experiment
in the social experiment, because you see, I mean, to your point, all of the sort of dating styles. You saw all the ways that we are dating as South Africans in that show.
Yes.
You saw people's high levels of expectations of what they wanted and what they didn't get. You saw how sometimes people really hate the people that they are partnered with.
Yeah.
Ooh, that chat
because the way
is such a
was
chat
calling
that
her
thingy
was calling her ugly and all kinds of things. I was like, why? Unnecessary.
And also Sekphelile, guys. And you see, I think it even goes back to, and I've openly expressed this. The moment certain shows end, I get that people, get interview requests and all of these things, but I'm also just like, guys, it's over. Like, it's over. I think we saw what we needed to see.
Yeah,
there's not much to it after here.
Yeah,
because one of the things that frustrated me with Tsepo is that so you were given a platform to speak up about what has been happening, because you felt like production was being unfair to you and whatever the case is.
Multiple, hey?
Yes.
Multiple.
And my issue is that, okay, but why are you not saying, despite the fact that I can also call Opalesa out, despite everything that she's been put through, but I also feel like, yes, her speaking over him and him trying to obviously land whatever it is that he's going through. But I also feel like, Tsepo, you had so much time to tell these experts that, listen, guys, this woman, this is what she's doing. Because even throughout the season, there was a point where he even posted on social and was like, yeah, guys, I'll tell you everything that happened and whatever the case is. And I'm sure they probably put a gag order because production was like, we're not about to play with you.
Yeah.
Like,
wait, is he the one that wrote the book? Remind me?
No, that's Bongani.
No, that's Bongani.
So with Tsepo, I was just like, okay, then you're going to go into a podcast immediately after the season ends. Oh my God. And I'm like,
in some ways, it does give like 5 minutes of fame.
Yes.
This is taking my 15 minutes. And I get all the interviews. Build some hype. Yeah.
I was just like, but also my thing is that you still were not vindicated, because if anything, that moment when the reunion happened and I think one of the things that he said, which I was just like, this man has the guts.
Sure.
I even thought my girlfriend would be pregnant. I'd be announcing this at the reunion. I was like, what?
Okay.
I was like,
and also like that, like the pregnant, like
because for me, like when people do that whole thing, I want to put a baby in you.
No, guys,
the women are falling for it, eh? Like women are still so.
Yeah, they do. Some of them do.
I don't know you like that.
Yeah, some of them do. And it's as you were saying, like it's a reality of how dating really is like.
Yeah. How people date, how women are looking for this, like this macho, like almost very close to violence.
Yes.
Like.
And I want to even say, and this might be a reach, that whole chat around having a baby, having to, look after the partner and, gube also goes back to the whole financial situation, because you can't be making these promises, right, to these women. And then wena isithembiso sakho kahle kahle la, it's that financially I will take care of you.
Exactly.
And that's the hook with a lot of them, because I was just like, nobody could ever say, oh, I want a baby with every single person. Unless very financially, you know, you are good and the pockets are deep, then when your selling point definitely are your pockets.
Yeah.
And so that was the case that I feel, was with Utepo, and the reason why he's been caught up in all of this mess. But
You think he's financially, you think he can handle, do you think that's what because I mean, if he is going for polygamy, I mean, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
You need money.
Yeah.
You need
if
money.
you want, if you want a freaking plot full of women are expensive. Maintenance, honey.
And
maintenance.
But you know what I hate, right?
Everybody ready, the maintenance.
Like, exactly. I mean, watch Utanda Nestembu. That man is working.
Thank you. But also, guys, it's Tembu. And this is what I don't like about conversations that I often had about polygamy, is that, guys, polygamy is not something that you just wake up and decide you are just going to
Isn't it just easy, hey? For these miscreants
all of a
on
sudden,
the road.
and I guess that's why these shows, it kind of pisses me off, because I'm like, guys, traditionally speaking, Tembu is actually a gift. It's actually a gift. In a lot of Nguni cultures, they'll tell you this for free, because even Ekaya Nati, my grandmother's side of the family, they came from a polygamous home. However, from her father's lineage, only one of the siblings, and there were many of them, only one ended up actually having Istembu. And you think in today's society, everyone just thinks, oh, because our father was a polygamist, all of us can be polygamists. And I was just like, you guys throw this word around like it's a lifestyle change, and you forget about the dynamics, about how you are going to maneuver. And I mean, we see it with Umusamselegu. How are you going to maneuver the wives? Where are they going to stay? How is that relationship going to be between the kids? Because those are things that people never really think about. So for people like Utepo, who are just going to bring up the subject of polygamy, and it's like, no, you like the idea of it, but
like
the actual, you could never survive.
And also, like, you could never. In polygamy, at the very least, you try to keep your wives happy.
Yes.
Just the one wife was not happy for most of that.
A lot of them, I think two of them now are. And it's interesting you say it's a gift. It is almost a calling.
Yes.
In the lineage. And you are then blessed with that kind of, it's bringing female power.
Yes.
Because women inside a homestead is a powerful energy, dude. Like women, masom kanile, aksase nje, like a pretty girl in the street. She carries so much power, and that's what you can actually see in Omusa as well. His wives are standing still. They are standing still. They're like, no, we've got the power now. We've got the power, and that's the kind of power that is derived from it's almost like a practice. It's like a traditional ancestral practice. It's not just because you can legitimize cheating.
Because a lot of
Pretty
people
much.
do want
or just fluidity. Just be fluid.
Let's call a thing a thing.
Like, let's call it thing a
You
thing.
just wanted to be a
dude.
man of the streets.
Yes.
Because you don't act like it.
And I mean, we've come up with, I mean, love the queer community. We've come up with terms for that. Like, it's okay. It's okay. You can be polyamorous. You can be transparent. You can be unethical. You don't have to marry all of them.
I do want to say 1,000% agree. But I think the issue is when straight people co-opt language sometimes.
Oh, okay.
And sometimes it feels like in queer spaces, there's a protocol observed, there's transparency, there are rules.
Yes.
Where's the side with the
you are
straights?
so right.
Hey!
You are so
Everybody's
right.
just doing whatever the hell they
Absolutely.
want.
True.
And you want to say you're ethically monogamous. And I'm like, you just want to be a whore.
Yes.
Just say.
Yeah.
And you don't know, like people are not honest. Like the other side, like it gets really weird.
In heterosexual
That's true.
relationships, right?
Yeah.
And I was watching,
It's super
funnily
weird.
enough, couples therapy with Dr. Orna and this black couple. And this man going on about, like he's the wife is confronting him about like the extramarital affairs, the cheating. And he's like, I'll always stick to a code of silence, like that for me. And they're like, but you can be transparent. And she's also like, like maybe we can just be transparent about it. We can open. And he's like, I will never open the relationship. I will never sit and be open with my wife. Code of silence. So that's what I'm like, you know.
That is so toxic.
In heterosexual contexts, the code of silence is key. Do you know what I mean? Like people work underneath here. People work dishonestly.
But also it's the same reason why there's so much dysfunction at things like funerals, because that's where you find out that this man made like 10 other kids, right? So that's what annoys me about it, is that while within the queer community, everyone is so open from the onset to say, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. If you don't want that, then it's fine. Let's keep it moving.
You have the choice.
Now, there's like the sense of greed on this side, because it's like, I just want to go and F up and do all of these things. I'll keep quiet. But at what cost? Because at the end of the day, and I mean, we see it with a whole lot of Black families, right? We've got friends, we've got, relatives who've been caught up in those situations where the wife didn't even know that the father was busy.
That happens.
And now there's kids
so
that
many
come
times,
out.
dude.
And then there's so
many
how
times
long are we
that
gonna be
happens.
doing
How
that?
long, dude?
Yeah.
How long? It almost feels like infidelity is key in monogamy.
Yeah.
It's in heterosexual monogamy. It is just
sad thought.
it's
is.
like because you ask for transparency. That's not an option.
Yeah.
That's not an option.
True.
Like, but yeah. And none of them. I think it's only Temba and Nelisa.
Yeah.
But I don't know how long.
Pushing on, hey.
I don't know how long the last.
It's gonna last.
But she wants to stick beside him.
Yeah.
Okay, we did get a time.
Okay. Okay.
Comment suggestions.
Yeah, I think.
Would you want another season as well? Would you watch
definitely.
it?
Yeah, it's always so interesting
But it has to
see
be
the
queer,
people
though.
that come. Right.
Yeah.
I'm
That
also
would be
looking for
interesting.
any. Like.
Do we have a?
We only have there was
TV
a show, but it was
Because
I just
Love Never
forgot.
Lies was like mixed.
Yes,
It was
that
straight
was
couples
mixed.
and
That was
queer
the
couples.
closest
Yeah,
that we
it was
got.
the closest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But we've never had
we need
a
to get
Married
on
at
our
First
Zoom with
sites.
that.
Yeah, but I need them because I know auditions are currently open or something like
is it?
that. So shortly after the reunion, they spoke about season 3 is coming.
We
and
need
so
some
forth, so
queer
whoever wants
people.
to
We need
apply.
some queer relationships.
Whoever wants to apply.
Yes. So yeah, but I really would appreciate a third season. I think this one did taint them a bit, but from a viewership standpoint, definitely got them
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah.
We were watching in frustration.
Yeah. No,
It was
definitely.
really complicated.
But
Hey.
Yeah.
It got really
Yeah,
complicated. Hey.
it did.
Because even circling to the honesty check, it felt like it got complicated because people lied.
Yeah.
Yes.
People lied in funny ways.
No, they did.
And it's like, you don't, like, you lie on TV, bro.
We'll be found out.
And then even with Temba, when Sponono came through, I was like, Joe, this is, what were you thinking? Like, liars are so, like, that's why I'm like, I could never survive this. I could never survive lying.
Same.
And then to be exposed.
Same.
And then to walk out. That's what they always do. They walk out, they act up, because now your lie is on your face now.
He did the whole.
What do you like?
I was like,
And she still stood by him at that point. I have an issue a little bit with that, man.
And I mean, even Tabang, the expert, also got a bit angry at her. Because even though it was unprofessional.
You can feel someone trying to rein it in. To not be,
Dude, right now,
But it's just,
you're not even going to be angry. You're not going to even ask questions.
zero.
You're just going to be
Instead,
like,
you're answering on his behalf. And
dude,
I was like,
that's what she's
I
doing.
don't like that. And I do want to say, sometimes the reality TV shows show the self-esteem problem that exists in this country.
yes.
Because in all of them, there's at least one character where we're all like, yo,
Come on.
why would
so
you want
much
this for
self-esteem
yourself?
issues.
Come on.
Yeah.
Where's your self-love? Come on.
Because on the
You're
other
not
side,
being
it's
treated
ego
well,
as well. Yeah.
man.
And wanting marriage in that way is such a
And it's a
like some
dangerous
people
Yeah,
were
it
like,
is.
I want to get married. Some people have wanted marriage since they knew how to speak.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm like,
Yeah.
and I get society does that, especially to women.
Yeah, truly.
But
Hey.
more often than not, it's like, to what end, man?
To what end? Hey.
Because that whole Nelisa situation, it's like,
Yeah,
to what end, babe?
I mean, I do think there was some sort of chemistry between them.
I don't think anyone is like ignoring that.
They did seem like they liked each other.
Yeah, right.
But I was like, there's such a big thing to overlook.
Yeah. But also it gives very much, and I know it's final thoughts, but also it gives very much like, you know, when men basically marry to scam women, that's what it's like.
Yeah.
Because they buy into the whole, I will shower with everything. I will give you this. And Shab, you are not denying that there's definitely love between them, but whatever's going to happen at the end is going to be so devastating.
Yeah.
And I hope that's not the case, but I just feel like he already set the tone from the beginning. And I was just like, this is not the hill that you should be dying on.
But I think in some ways, what we don't say is like, for some women, that's enough. Right.
Yeah.
And I know that we do always charge. We do.
That's true.
We do. Because even if I think of Beyonce and Lemonade and how pissed we all were at the end. Because we were like, you showed us that whole film just to be like, I love him, love Judd at the end. It feels silly. But it's like, staying is also a choice.
I guess
Maybe
that's
not
why
all
they
of us
say,
would
you know,
make,
it's
but like,
lonely
hey.
here by high standards. It's lonely here by high standards.
This is what they say.
Yeah, you know.
This is what
And
they
it
say.
is.
Yeah,
It is. Because wow.
She has the information.
Yeah.
And
Because
this
you
is
have
the
to
choice
take
that
what
she's
you
made.
Yeah, you have to take.
And for some people, the what she's gotten back is enough for her.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh,
Not
man.
for us, but
Definitely
for her.
not.
Yeah.
Maybe that's enough for her.
Yeah.
We just need
Yeah.
to make peace with it.
Yeah, even though it does feel womp womp, but like,
Yeah.
agency is important for everybody.
It is. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially when you're dating, because preference matters extremely when you're dating.
True.
Yeah, it matters
does.
extremely. This is what I like. This
does.
is what I like, you know?
Yeah, because the show also showed us that some people get in their own way.
Yeah. They do. Hey. Oof, they do. Hey.
Yeah.
Lots to learn though. Lots
So
to
much
learn.
to
Lots to learn from this. Like it's such a it's like that sociology of it is like, here we are. That's where we are with the dating. But third season, definitely the queers. I would love to see that.
Yes.
I would love to see
Petition.
that.
Yeah, it would be interesting.
Okay.
Genuinely. But Married at First Sight.
Married at First Sight,
Give it
guys.
to us.
That's
Thank you
all
for
right.
Again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
guys.
Ox for coming.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
Fun.
Bye.
Sterring, Sterring.